All right, guys, welcome back to the long-awaited return of the Totally Worth It podcast. Close your eyes because you're not watching it on video. This is on audio. And my name is Kendall.
And I'm Haley.
And we are the hosts who have not been on here for
3 weeks.
3 weeks. This is episode number 26. And if you are wondering why we have taken 3 weeks to get back in the saddle, we're going to address that here in just a little bit. But first, we're going to catch up a little while about some things that have been going on. All right, Beb?
Yep.
How are you, by the way?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
We don't have a table in between us anymore, so now we're just kind of like playing footsies.
No, don't touch me.
You can feel the love. So yeah, we went. The last episode we did it early, and because we were going on vacation and we were going to take that week off. Mm-hmm. And we had.
And then took 2 more.
And then we took 2 more.
We've just had a lot going on.
We have had a lot going on, and it's not necessarily an excuse, but it is an excuse. But we had an absolute blast on vacation.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about vacation a little bit?
Sure. Oh, you mean like me?
Yeah, like you. Yeah.
I thought you meant like we.
No, like you, Haley.
Yeah, it was good. We spent a week in North Myrtle.
Yep.
And our friends Nick and Jessica and their little boy Jet went with us.
Yep.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
Exhausting.
It wasn't that exhausting. It wasn't that bad. It was the least exhausting vacation that I have ever been on.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as one I thought it was going to be. Not bad, but like as tiring. But it was just overall the best vacation we've been on, for sure. And it was still tiring in the fact that we had 2 toddlers.
It was the least exhausting. It was the least stressful. It was the least everything because.
And I think it was like that because we didn't have a plan. The only plan that we had was to get down there, go to the grocery store, and the only thing we planned out was some meals we were going to cook, and then like eat one night a piece, go out. That was it.
You want me to give you my thoughts on why I thought it was like that?
Why?
Because it's very different from your reason.
Huh.
I think it was like that because we had no family with us.
I agree. I 100%
It's the first vacation that we've been on without family members.
Yeah.
Nothing against family. I love all of our family members to death. I'd do anything for them except for spend a week with them ever again at the beach.
Yeah, I would agree. Like if they want to do like a weekend, sure.
Yeah.
A week? Never.
Not again. Never again. Especially not after this. Because we went with 2 of our friends.
And it was so much
And it
better.
was so nice. And it's good. And it's nice because the other couple that we went with, they have a 2-year-old. Almost 2-year-old. And we have just briefly exited that stage. So like anything that their child does,
we've already done it.
We've already done it. And it's not a big deal. Your kid poops in the floor, totally cool. We've been there. Not a problem at all. Nobody even minds the smell. We can all just get it up and move on.
Yeah.
You know? But like if you were to be on vacation with people who don't have kids like you and something like that happens, it's like the end of the world.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh gosh.
You're embarrassed and stuff, but like there's no shame when you're with people.
And it was just nice to like let our kids just be for a week.
Oh, it was awesome.
And
I hope that Nick and Jessica's listening to this because I want to say this. I know Nick's not listening to this because he's lazy.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. And he's not going to listen to this, but Jessica might. And I just want them to know how happy it makes me to watch someone else run around after a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
While my 3-year-old is sitting on the couch watching Tangled.
Yeah. And it's just
and it brings me so much joy to see them just exhausted, just running around.
No, that's mean. I think I feel I don't feel the way you feel about it, but I feel hopeful for them because I know that that's going to stop. it's going to come to an end.
And I know that in that moment, they feel like it's not.
Yeah.
And there's a sunny little percentage of me that goes,
that's so mean.
I know.
You're so wrong.
It's terrible. But no, we had a fabulous time.
What we need to start with is how the trip started.
Yeah, how did it start? Why don't you tell us about that?
So, Kendall had to work the night that we were leaving. He worked half a shift, so he was going to get off at 10 o'clock that night. We had a plan to...
You had a plan.
No, me and Jessica had a plan. They were going to meet us at the house at 10. Everybody else was going to be ready to go. Kendall was going to go in, change his clothes, grab a couple things he needed, and get on the road.
Out of there.
So I have the car. I have the car loaded down. It is packed in there like Tetris, because if you go to the beach with a child, it involves a lot of things.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff.
Had the car loaded down. Nick and Jessica just pulled up. You're pulling in the driveway. I put Joe into the car, and we were like, all right, they're going to like sleep the whole way because it's 10 o'clock at night.
Go ahead and get them in the car, ready to roll.
It'll be great. Put Joe in the car. I finished grabbing a couple things. Kendall's like fixing to go change clothes.
I'm literally like, getting out of my car.
Yeah, he's getting out of the car, and I'm like, all right, let me get this thing cranked up. Go to crank it. Nothing. I was like, wait a minute. Let me try this again. I was like, oh no.
I thought she was messing with me.
I was like, Kendall, this car will not crank. And you were like, what are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
I was like, bruh, the car is not, it won't crank. It won't even turn over. It's just ticking.
And all that work you had in that car that you'd packed all that stuff in there.
And then we wasted 45 minutes
trying to fix
it. Nick and Jessica trying to jump us off, let the battery charge up.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
clean the terminals, everything.
This car was deader than 4 o'clock. Like, I mean, just dead. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I know that there's a reason. There's some wreck that you're watching out for us. Like, we're not leaving on time for a reason, but like, I really need this car to crank. So it ends up not cranking at all. We have to call your parents. Luckily, they have 3 vehicles for some reason.
Yep, no clue why, but now we know, I guess.
Jet is luckily asleep through the car throughout this whole thing. Jessica comes inside with me and Joe. Nick takes you to your parents' house to get their truck.
Yep.
You bring it all the way back.
At this point, it's
almost midnight.
Almost midnight.
So then I have to unpack the whole entire car and repack it into a Sierra, a GMC Sierra, right? Isn't that what they have?
Yeah.
And then it's starting to rain, and I'm just like, this is not happening right now.
But eventually, after hours of
at 12:15
unloading and loading back up into the other vehicles,
we finally get there. We
finally
didn't
leave.
Get there. We didn't get there.
We
at
left.
12:15. We leave. We have to stop for gas. We have to stop for food because we're all starving. We get down there at 3:30 in the morning. Everybody is so tired.
Hey guys, it'll be a great idea. Let's go down super late that night, you know?
Now, luckily, Joe slept the whole way there. She fell asleep within like 15 minutes of being in the car. Jet.
And luckily, I work night shift, so I was already awake to drive anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Luckily, I mean, not luckily, Jet woke up and cried every time their car stopped moving. Every stoplight. And then we get there. The kids get woken up. Nobody wants to go back to sleep. We're like trying to throw suitcases in. We have to like bring our own sheets and all this stuff. So we're trying to like go in, put the sheets on the bed, make the beds, get the kids in the bed, try to get them back to sleep. Nobody goes to bed till like 5 a.m.
Yep.
We sleep for all of, I don't know, 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And then the kids are up.
Yep.
And me and Jessica are just like, what did we just get ourselves into? So then we spend the whole second day recuperating.
Yeah.
And the only thing we accomplished the second day was going to the grocery store.
That's still not bad though.
It's not, but we were tired.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was proud of us because we made it a point that obviously we're broke. All of us are. Not to give any information about Nick and Jessica, but we're all in our younger age, starting families. So obviously we're broke. It's 2024.
Yeah.
And we can't go out and eat every night at the beach. So,
and nobody wants to take feral toddlers out to eat.
That's also true.
Every night of the week.
So we made it a point to cook meals. You and Jessica planned out some meals. We cooked. It was awesome. We had a great time.
Good.
We had a great time.
And I think it was just nice just to, and I think it helped because we didn't plan to go out to dinner every single night. So there was no, all right, well, if we're going here at this time to eat dinner, we've got to come off the beach at this time. They got to take naps at this time. Like, we just let them do what they want to. When they were tired, we took them up, let them take a nap.
Yeah.
If they wanted to go to the pool, we went to the pool. Like, it was
awesome.
just nice.
We had a great time. Some little kid dumped a turd in the pool.
In the 1 foot
in the little kiddie pool while we were there.
Something gross.
we thought it was rocks in the bottom of it.
I was like, get out. And Joe's like, why? I want to sleep. Get out.
It wasn't our kids, but we seen it, and it was a turd. Yep.
Yeah. That was gross.
That's the first time I've ever experienced that. For sure. That's always like a joke, like, it's my kids got poop in a pool, But that's the first time I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
In real life. Turd in a pool.
But anyways, yeah, we had a good time. I think by the end of the week, everybody was just tired, ready to get home, ready to sleep in their beds again.
Oh yeah,
the kids,
but it was the first vacation to where at the end of it, after a week, I honestly was not like dying to go home.
Yeah,
like I kind of was starting to get there where
I was like, more ready to go than you were.
I was like kind of starting to miss my bed and yada yada. But it like normally on a week vacation by Thursday we're packing up and leaving.
Yeah, we don't even make it a week when we go with family
because we hate it. But it was really good. We had a great time.
Yeah, it was very good.
I look forward to next year's vacation. However, that may turn out.
Yeah,
we probably should start planning that eventually.
We need to.
Yeah.
We need to start saving for it.
Yeah. So yeah, the vacation was great. And that's why we took that first week off.
So then we came home on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Had church on Sunday.
Yeah. You
worked Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then you were off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
No, I worked that Friday. Remember?
Yeah.
Because I traded and got those 2 days off, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, so you were off Wednesday, Thursday, you worked Friday, and then off Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. No one is going to understand what you just said.
Whatever. I don't know. I have to say it out loud for my brain to calculate it. But
anyway, a couple episodes back, or the last couple episodes, we talked about our youth pastor and them. Not don't tell him I was about to say Tom. Caleb. Well, he's going to listen to this anyway. So, Caleb asked me to do some music with the youth at the student service, which was that night on the 21st, at our church, Antioch.
Which y'all did a great job.
I thought we did too. I thought we did a good job. We had practiced once with a couple of the youth, maybe for an hour and a half. I think hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and just kind of rolled through some songs and practiced some songs a couple times. But that was all the practice we had. So Caleb's idea was that on the day of, since we're doing it that Sunday night, his brother, who's an evangelist, was coming in to preach, and basically I was intermingling with the youth praise team as a musician. And we were all going to do the music, like the student praise team. So I ended up getting the day off, and we stayed all day after church and practiced with the youth. And then we did it that night. And that is the first time I have done any type of music at our church or in front of anyone.
And boy, did you surprise some people, and they are like somewhat mad that they didn't know this about you.
Yeah, I guess.
Which I think it is hilarious.
It's something. But we had a great time. We really did. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous, but not necessarily. I mean, you're always you should be nervous about doing anything like that. Not necessarily nervous about the music, but about how long it has been since I'd done that.
How long has it been since you've like sang in front of people?
Probably since we were at Emmanuel.
So over a year.
It's been well over a year, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But anyway, we did it, and the youth, each of them kind of took I gave them each of them like a small portion of each song to sing, to lead.
Yeah.
And we practiced it, and I just thought it went really well.
It did,
and it sort of, and I don't want to say this because I know Caleb's listening, but it very much like reignited like my enjoyment for doing that.
I'm glad it did, honestly.
I would love to do more of it.
Yeah.
If the time exists in this world.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was so ironic that Sunday morning, because we had been talking about how, when we started going to Antioch and then we joined there, you were like, I don't really want to get into the music stuff. Like, I kind of want to find something new to like get into, try something, like just kind of leave the music stuff in the past. And I was always like, the Lord isn't going to let you do that because you have a gift. But whatever, if that's what you want to do, you go right ahead. It's not necessarily
about leaving it in the past. It's just, I guess, like I grew up like from jump doing music all the way up until I went to college, and even there I did it on an even grander scale, and it's like I just could never get away from it. And so it was kind of, not that I wanted to get away from it, but it's just like when that's all you're ever known for.
Yeah, you just wanted to be known for something else.
Well, not even that. You just want to kind of be like a normal person.
Yeah.
And work on the security team and help park cars and
work with the youth.
Yeah, work with the youth and do different things, But
I think it's all like slowly intertwine itself together to where
it has.
Like, you might not want to do the grander scale of like what some of the people want you to do, but like if your thing is just I want to work specifically with this youth, and I want to work specifically with them and their praise team and teach them so they can be confident and grow into good singers. I
really had a great time just like sitting and working with them.
Yeah.
And just like for example, when we were practicing one day, I'm not going to name any names, but there was a girl who was singing a solo in a song, and we were all sitting in a circle. I don't know if you were in there for this or not. I know Caleb was, I think. But one of the girls was just like barely just singing. She was just barely singing. And I couldn't even hardly hear her, and I was sitting like 3 feet away from her.
Yeah.
And so I kind of stopped the song, and I stood up, and I reached out, and I shook her hand, and I introduced myself. And I said, "Hey, my name is Kendall." And she was like, "What the heck are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I figured maybe that's why you weren't singing very loud, because maybe we hadn't introduced each other. Maybe we forgot who each other were or something, But just like being able to like have those conversations with them, especially when they're like, they want to do the music part.
Yeah.
And to be able to kind of help develop that.
And I think they need somebody.
Fun. It's so much fun.
I think they need somebody that has.
It's much more fun to me than actually like leading and singing.
Yeah. Well, and I think because of how you did music in college and what you've been taught and what you've learned to do, I think I feel like you're the right person to help them, because you did it so much as a team.
Yeah.
To where
I kind of came up in that world.
Yeah. And I just thought it was funny how that Sunday morning you were like, the Lord really got me on that one. Like, I thought I wasn't going to do music much anymore, but here I am.
Hey, you want to do a couple songs at this thing one night? Sure. With the youth? Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. It's also, by the way, it's in
the whole church.
It's the entire church. We're bringing in an evangelist. There's going to be 1,000 people there. Forgot to tell you that part. Thanks, Caleb.
It was
Appreciate
so
that.
good, though.
Yeah, it was good. It lasted like 2 hours.
I was so proud, though.
Yeah. And another thing on another note, well, thank you for that. But on another note, I have to make a confession because the preacher that came in, Caleb's brother, I had seen clips and heard little clips of him preaching before. Very, what's the word you would use? Very...
I don't know. I don't know where you're going.
He's very in your face, very loud at times. And the clips that I had seen, I had not cast him off. I had not said I'm not about him, but I did get a little bit of an inkling, like, well, we're gonna get yelled at that Sunday night. He's finna give us the business. Finna yell at us the whole hour. And I kind of had that impression beforehand, and I don't know why. I guess just because of the stuff I'd seen. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed his preaching. And I thought that I would be more like kind of not a fan.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So you can let him know that, Caleb, and let him know that I'm sorry for prejudging him.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I love that style of preaching.
Yeah. I'm not
and because I mean, me, Caleb, and Tyler, we all went to church together growing up. So I'm
not a jersey wearing fan of that type of preaching, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Very much.
It's just so weird seeing, or like comparing how I grew up in church versus like you in church.
Yeah.
And how like the styles of preaching that we both prefer.
Yeah. And
I feel like Antioch really has meshed those together in a good way.
And there's also a point of that night that I want to make where, because I didn't know him. He was preaching. He didn't know us. He also knew that the youth were doing the music. So, I mean, coming in, it would be logical for him to, have absolutely no clue how the music's going to go.
Yeah.
Because, if somebody says, hey, our youth group's doing the music, that could go 10 different ways.
Yeah.
It could be terrible.
They
it
could
could
just
be
up there
great.
Singing, Go Tell It on the Mountain.
Yeah. You just don't know what a youth group. They might open with a Skillet song. You just don't know. And I kind of was not, what's the word I'm looking for? I felt like I felt like a wide receiver in football, and he was the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And when we started the service, we yelled "Hut," and I took off running, did the music. And towards the end, I was getting close to the end zone. Ball's still in the air. And he looked out at the crowd and he called us back up. And he said, the front people who were singing, can y'all come up? The guy who's playing the guitar and singing, can y'all come up? Can you play that song again? And he named a song that we had played.
Yeah.
And I felt like we connected. We were in...
Yeah.
I was like, I got this, bro.
I'm about to catch the ball.
I got this, bro. And then I was about to catch the ball metaphorically. I felt like we completed the play with that.
Yeah.
We connected.
What were you expecting to happen at the invitation?
Well, you just don't know when an evangelist is coming in. I mean, he may,
Because usually, pretty much any time I've heard Tyler preach in the last 7 years, at the end, he always gets Michaela to come up and sing and play the piano.
Yeah, see, I had no idea.
I was curious if he was going to ask y'all or if
that's
she
what I was going
to
say. I didn't know if he was going to ask us to play or if he was just going to ask the sound guy to put some music on or if he was just going to, do his own thing and end it.
I really think that the youth praise team was
man, when they heard
happy.
that, dude, when they heard that, and they walked up there with confidence.
Yeah.
And so much confidence that that we just did an extra song, you know?
Yeah.
It
was planned for y'all. It wasn't planned for everything else.
Yeah, it was planned for us.
But you didn't know it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a really good time, and I enjoyed it a lot.
It was.
And I look forward to doing it more. And then after it was over, it was kind of like when it was almost like, I don't know if you've ever heard of when the Celtics and the Lakers rivalry back when it was Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, when the Lakers would go to Boston in the playoffs to play the Celtics. When they would get done, when the game was over, the crowd was so wild, and people was like throwing drinks at, especially when they beat the Celtics, they would be like throwing drinks and food, like hitting them, like attacking them, because these people were crazy. It kind of felt like that, and the Lakers just had to like run off the court and go jump in their bus and like get out. And it kind of felt like that because no one knew that I could sing. I was like, oh God, I gotta pack up my guitar. And it's just people was coming up, and they were like, man, you were singing with the choir, man, come on down. And it was awesome though.
But like I was
fully
such a good time. Prepared and knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
Luckily
they
weren't. Luckily they weren't like the Celtics fans and come up and hit me or throw drinks at me. So that was a good thing.
I love though that our church is so encouraging.
Because that's a totally different style of music than what they're normally used to.
Yeah.
So I was very encouraged to hear that they enjoyed that and were open to that.
And I just think I don't know, it's something about like live playing music.
Yeah.
Like even if it is just a guitar, like y'all did that whole service with no piano, no drums, literally just an acoustic guitar, and it was great.
Yeah.
And sometimes like that's all you really need is just to change it up a little bit.
Just kind of take it back to bare bones a little bit.
Yeah. I thought it was good.
And it gives you a chance to work with the preacher as well, like when Pastor Trent needed, us to keep playing or whatever.
You don't have to like tell the media like, all right, play something.
Yeah, start the track over.
I feel like it's nice. I mean, I don't know. I'm definitely not a preacher, but I feel like it's nice when a preacher's on stage and there is someone, whether it's a piano, guitar, whatever, that can just like pick up on where he's going and just kind of follow him. Yeah. So that way there's something going on in the background. Yeah. I think that helps like set a tone.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I look forward to being able to do something like that again.
Yeah.
Whether that's with the youth or with the congregation or whatnot.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I had some conversations with some people, so we'll see what ends up happening. It's just weird with my work schedule. I'm only able to be there every other week.
Yeah.
For now, until one day long from now, I can get on day shift somehow.
Even then, you'd still be there every other week.
Well, not necessarily. I could be there on Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, every week.
I keep thinking about Sunday morning.
Yeah, I mean Sunday mornings I would miss every other week, but nothing else.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be like one service every 2 weeks that I would miss. Yeah, so that went really good, and we are getting ready for VBS.
Mm-hmm. VBS is this coming week.
Yep. We did some decorating for that tonight. Or y'all did. I mean, I just kind of ran around.
You helped.
I just kind of ran around with Joe.
No, you helped put that whole thing up.
Yeah.
The front of it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I stacked some leaves on top of a tent.
Okay.
I wouldn't give me the MVP award for decorator. But yeah, a lot has been going on, and I mean, just us as a family has just been, our schedule has just been obliterated.
Yeah.
And, the freaking former president, Trump, got shot.
Yeah.
That was wild.
That was wild.
That's crazy that something like that happened in our lifetime.
Yeah.
The last time that happened was like Ronald Reagan.
Was it?
Yeah. In like the 80s. Maybe. Yeah, I think it was the 80s. Yeah, Reagan was in the 80s. I think. Yeah, mid to late 80s. So that was wild, but luckily he's okay.
Yep.
And keeping on.
Yep.
You're obsessed with the Olympics now.
Yeah.
I've learned that.
Well, I mean, I'm not. It's not really the Olympics. It's just Simone Biles.
Y'all, this girl has been talking about Simone Biles,
and it makes me so mad and sad with all the stuff that like is like going all over social media about like the opening ceremony and yada yada yada, and all this stuff happened, and it's a mockery to Christianity, and I understand it completely, and I hate it. It's gross, but I think what saddens me is that, and I mean, I can't speak for all of them or any of them, honestly, but these athletes that have trained literally their entire lives, they don't know what's going to be televised.
They don't get to plan the opening,
and they
ceremony.
don't know what the reporters are going to say. They don't plan it. They just literally, they just literally come in,
show up, and do their sport.
And I hate that everybody's like, I'm not watching the Olympics, whatever. And I get that, because I'm all about standing up for Christianity and what we believe in and our faith and all this stuff. But I would hate to think that, like, as a country, because of that, which I didn't even watch the opening ceremony, I just happened to see what happened the next day. But these athletes have trained their whole lives, and our country now is not going to watch them and support them because of that.
Yeah.
And not that these athletes are above God, but I just feel like they still deserve support. Like, they didn't know that Last Supper visual thing,
craziness,
drag queens
insanity,
and all this stuff, like, they didn't know any of that was coming on. They've just trained their whole lives, and they showed up, and they're trying to win a medal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I'm not going to watch the opening thing, but like, I'm still going to watch Simone Biles. Yeah. Because she's the GOAT.
She's the GOAT.
She really is.
She is good. She is very good. I just think like it would be like us putting together a church basketball tournament with all the churches in the county.
Yeah.
And everybody puts their best team together, sends them to the gymnasium in the middle of the county, and then, but I didn't tell them, but when they all get there, we're going to have drag queen referees. Gotcha. It's crazy. Yeah. It's just wild how they be doing some weird stuff like that. And it's almost like makes you wonder who, because this isn't, I wonder if and I don't know how the Olympics works necessarily as far as that stuff goes, but like, I wonder if the place who is holding it, like the place who's holding the Olympics that year.
Paris.
Yeah. Like, but just any year. The place who's holding it, do they get like full autonomy on how they want to do their opening ceremony?
I'm pretty sure it's up to that country.
So it's a Paris thing.
So yeah, that's my thing. Like, I also feel like I would feel a lot more strongly about it if we were hosting it. Yeah. And it was us, the U.S. was doing all this. So I don't know. Like, I get it, and I agree, and it was a mockery, and clearly not. I don't support that at all. Yeah. But I also feel like these athletes haven't trained their whole lives for people to just not, you know what I mean? To not care.
I guess what you're saying is that
I'm watching it for
you're
the
not
athletes.
You're not boycotting the Olympics. You're just not watching the opening ceremony.
Yeah, and I mean, and if I was watching it actively, and that was happening in my 3-year-old, I'm gonna cut it off.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a mess. It is a mess. But we've been watching the gymnastics today and swimming, right?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of that. And I'm not like, diehard. I've blocked my whole schedule. I have to sit on my couch and watch every single event. See what I like. I don't care. I really just like the gymnastics. That's about it. I just watched swimming because I was waiting on gymnastics to come on.
Yeah,
but
that's a good thing.
And I think also,
what other Olympic sports do you like to watch?
In
the Summer Olympics.
I mean, I do enjoy watching the swimming.
I could not even name you 10
gymnastics,
sports.
The volleyball.
Okay.
Basketball I can get down with.
Yeah. It's a bit embarrassing, but...
But mainly, my like two preferred to watch is gymnastics and volleyball.
When I say embarrassing, I say that because we'd be destroying people, you know?
Yeah.
Because we have the NBA, you know?
Yeah. But gymnastics.
I'll tell you what I like to watch. I like to watch some of the track and field kind of stuff, like where they do like the shot put and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can get down with that.
And where they do the thing with the big pole.
Pole
Where
vault.
they jump. It's pole vaulting, yeah. Where they jump over the thing. That's cool. I like to watch that. Or when they jump across in the dirt and
Long
like
jump.
see who can jump the farthest.
Long jump.
Yeah, well, you clearly know the name of every exercise they do. So
I mean,
you're a professional.
No, I had friends that did those in high school
cool.
on track and field.
I'm sorry, I went to private school. We didn't have that kind of stuff.
Clearly.
When you jumped in the dirt, nobody measured it. They just told you to be done and come inside.
Okay.
So let's talk for a few minutes before we wrap up about the reason behind why we have taken so long to get back on the episode.
Okay. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it a little bit.
Not really in detail.
Okay.
And I want to start
Enlighten me.
I want to start it by asking you to explain a little bit of what me and you talked about yesterday. About being in a funk.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm not giving super details because we did have a pretty close heart-to-heart convo about it.
Yeah.
But Haley messaged me while I was at work yesterday and said that she felt like she was in a funk.
Yeah.
And I said, please explain. And we kind of went into a long conversation about this and that and that and this. Basically a culmination of life things.
Yeah.
Just weighs on you every now and then. And
yeah,
you just feel like everything sucks for a day or two. And we've just had so many things going on that since we got back from vacation, and I know that everyone says, all right, we're going on vacation for a week. We're going to go get recharged. We're going to come back. We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to grind, and we're going to kill this thing.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later,
you're burnt out.
You burn out again.
Because you went literally at 1,000 speed.
And then someone's answer is, man, I need another vacation.
That's always my answer.
I know. I said someone because I'm generous. But what I meant was you.
But I didn't say that.
I know, but you were thinking it.
I'm always
you were thinking it. But in reality, like it's just that's the same cycle repeat.
Oh yeah.
There's no amount of vacations that will make life easier. You know. It's more of an escape than it is anything. For the same reason that I watch anime.
Yeah.
Because you leave reality.
Same reason I read books.
Yeah, you leave reality for a while. And it makes you feel like there's nothing else. And there's nothing else.
Yeah.
You know? So anyway, so we've had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I think I got so in my head yesterday because we came back from vacation, we got back to work. Like I went like wide open at work that first week, like trying to make up for a week of being closed and our 2-year anniversary of Savvy Joe's coming up. And so I'm trying to like plan an event for that and like do a giveaway and run a business and have a 3-year-old and like there's so much we want to do and be involved in church and like.
And then I'm working 24/7.
And yeah, I mean, literally, you're working like 10 days in a row.
Yeah.
With like one day off in between.
Yeah.
And then we were like, let's get back on our carnivore diet. And I was so for it because I love the way we feel when we're on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when we started, like the first time we took a whole week to prep.
Yeah.
And prepare.
Yeah.
And this time we were just like,
all right, tomorrow.
All right, let's do it. And I think we took like 2 days before. And I don't think I am mentally in the right headspace.
Yeah.
To get back into it. And then I didn't even think like VBS is this week. I'm going to be at church from like 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're providing dinner. What am I going to do? Just not eat and eat a Slim Jim? Like, I don't.
Slipping beef jerky out of your pocket.
I just feel like there's so much going on.
Security team might ask you a few questions eventually, halfway through the week. Ma'am, we'd like to talk to you for a minute.
Why?
Is there something wrong with the food? We see you keep eating beef jerky in the corner and trying to hide from everyone, so
no,
we're just concerned.
It's just, and I'm just like tired.
Yeah. We saw you eating a stick of butter.
But yeah, I think we're gonna have to take like a hiatus this week with that carnivore diet. It's just not gonna be feasible.
Yeah, strictly for you with the VBS and me with.
I mean, I'm still gonna pretty much follow it and eat super healthy during the day, but like dinner, whatever is cooked that night, I'm just gonna eat it because I can't come home at 9:30 and
I think
hope I remembered to thaw out chicken. And cook up something in a skillet and try to put my kid in the bed. And it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
For 5 days in a row.
Yeah. No, I understand. And so like that, all of that coupled with, like the normal financial stress of life and, trying to figure things out like, who's keeping Joe this day, that day,
and
whatever.
I think that honestly is just the most draining is like when we pretty much run on the exact same schedule 2 weeks at a time. Like 1 week your parents keep her 2 days, the next week you're off, you keep her those 2 days. I try not to work a Saturday unless you're off because I don't like asking people to keep her. Yeah. And it's just with you switching days to have that thing off at church and now it's just like everything's thrown off and I'm trying to scramble to like
and
find somebody to keep her.
All of the benefit for all of this was on the front end.
Yeah.
And all of the result is on the back end.
Yeah. Like you had the days off first.
Yeah, like I had 4 days in a row off and I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. I should trade days with people more often. And then it came the next week, which was this past week, and I had to work 4 days in a row and I was like, boy, this is for the birds.
You literally, I mean, you worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You were off today. Yeah. You're going to work Monday, Tuesday, off duty Wednesday night, training all day Thursday. You're going to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you'll have a day off.
Yeah.
Like, that's so much.
It's a lot.
And
it's going to be a lot.
Oh, single mom.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. So,
and
yeah.
I really do. Like, I joke sometimes and I say that, and like then I feel bad for saying that because I feel like it makes you feel bad. But I mean it like, just genuinely be feeling like that.
Maybe like 2%. You know? But it is what it is. I mean, I got responsibilities. Yeah. I know that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna feel bad. Yeah. But
I feel bad for saying it because it's not like you're not. I
can't wait to leave them again.
Yeah, like you're not going to provide.
Yeah.
But it just gets sad when like. So those 4 days straight you just worked, every single one of those days, Joe's like, is Daddy at work? And I'm like, no, he's sleeping. He worked last night. Oh, is he off today? No, he's got to go back to work tonight. And it's just so sad.
Yeah, no, that makes me feel bad.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we did our little like movie night thing.
Yeah, that was cool. So tonight, but let me finish this first. So all of that stuff kind of culminated together over the course of since we got back from vacation, and whether it was just something here, something there, something here, something going on, schedules mixed up,
I literally,
and then the days that we were kind of like talking about doing the podcast, like it just, we were just exhausted. Something wasn't working right. Something had come up this way, something come up that way. It was too late this night. It was too late that night, whatever. It's just all of that coupled with the fact that in the back of my mind, I was getting quite burnt up on editing video.
Yeah.
And I was really excited to do the video portion of it. And I'm still going to upload the videos, but they're not going to be like video footage. I'm still going to upload the podcast to YouTube. But for a while, I'm going to do it without video to see if I can get that part of like the dread out.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy doing it.
I think the editing of it takes too much time. It takes
so long.
Because we record so late at night.
Yeah. And then I'm up half the night, like editing it, and it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
If Joe was in school, it would be fine because I could spend some hours doing it while she's like not there, on a day or what. But she's not there yet, and I just think that maybe we're gonna take the foot a little bit back off the gas a little bit.
Which I'm totally fine.
I know
with.
You're for because you hate video.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of why we have taken as much time off as we have, and we just wanted to let you guys know kind of the reason behind it.
I literally just got my suitcase put in the closet last night.
Yeah, and that vacation was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we just kind of wanted to clue you guys in on why that it's taken us this long, and we're still doing it every week. We just.
It's just going to be audio.
It's just going to be audio, and I'm going to kind of get back to the way that we were doing it when we first started.
Because I do think we both enjoyed it more when it was just audio.
Yeah,
sure. I know I
for
did,
sure.
But
I did. I did enjoy it. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah. So, I felt like once we started video,
it was
and
more
after the first 2 weeks, and you realized how much
time
work
it is
in editing it was going to take, and it's like we just don't have it.
We don't have the time. Yeah. So anyway, we're admitting that and moving forward, but we're still here. We're back. We're on the grind again, and that's that.
Yep.
What was I about to get into just a second ago? Oh, our movie night tonight.
Oh yeah.
So this was my only day off in history.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
We were going to go watch a movie, but our babysitter, something came up. She couldn't make it. So since it's our only day off, I said, let's go and let's do a movie night with Joe. Mm-hmm. And let's just like build a big pile of pillows and blankets in the living room floor, watch a movie, eat snacks and candy. So we went to Dollar General and bought a bunch of different snacks and candies and stuff. And we sat in the living room floor of our house and watched the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep.
And it was so awesome.
But we need to explain why we watched that movie.
Well, I'll let you explain it.
Kendall has been singing,
"Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination."
Okay. Please stop.
We'll begin
Stop.
with a spin.
He has been singing this song, you guys, for literally 2 weeks
in the
now.
world of my creation.
Okay, stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And I was like, if you need to watch this movie to get this out of your system, then by God, cut the movie
If
off.
you want to view paradise,
I'm literally about to leave.
Simply look around.
I'm going to take my headphones off.
I was almost there though at the climax of that part. Anything you want to do it.
I didn't love the movie watching it as a kid. Like, it was okay.
It's the best part though.
Okay.
Want to change the world. There's nothing to it.
Can you just like go be on Broadway or something?
I would love to.
But anyways, he's been singing this song for like 2 weeks. I think it's the creepiest song on the planet. especially the way you do it.
It's not. It's a
yeah,
beautiful
but when there's
song.
no music and it's just
Pure.
you, if you slowed that down and cut all the lights off, it'd be the creepiest thing you've ever heard in your life.
Come with me.
Yeah, it's creepy. Everybody listening to this, if they're like in the dark, no, they're cutting it off. And so I was like, you know what?
Pure imagination.
He's got Joe singing it, and I'm just like, y'all, please watch this movie.
Yeah.
And they watched it, and then they literally sung it in the bed until she fell asleep at night.
Isn't that the most magical, cutest thing you've ever heard?
I'm gonna be real.
She said, "Daddy, let's sing the song." I said, "What song?" She said, "Demagnation." I said, "You mean pure imagination?" "Yes, dear, we can. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination."
Okay.
She sings it. She kills it.
I know she does, and she does a good job.
I'm done.
Thank you. But while we were watching that movie tonight, I probably haven't watched that movie since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
And it was so creepy.
It's awesome. It's not creepy.
Like,
there's a couple moments in it that are like
the way they're just like pick kids up and sit them down and run their hands through their head and like whisper stuff in their ears. I was like, I would never let my child participate in this.
Dad, I got a golden ticket. Mom's not going to let you do it. I promise.
Hang it up.
Hang it up. Give it to somebody else.
It was just creepy.
Oh, it's not.
It
was the 1970s.
Yeah. Still creepy.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't think child trafficking existed then?
Oh, my gosh. That went so south so quick.
But if you watch that movie as an adult versus like when you were a kid, there
are some creepy things in it.
Yeah.
Like the rowboat scene where I had to fast forward it.
Yeah, I forgot all about that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, you didn't even see the worst part.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, so we watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory because it is a dear movie to my heart, and my daughter loves it now, and I love it, and we're gonna sing it.
And guess what? She ain't watching it again because we ain't renting it again. She's
gonna watch it. She's gonna want to watch the Chocolate Man.
Well, we can watch the Johnny Depp version.
It's lame.
No, Johnny Depp is. I do agree that. I mean, the original is a good version, but it's still creepy.
Gene Wilder is an amazing actor.
Yeah, still creepy.
Anyway,
I don't know if it's as creepy as it is cringy. I feel like cringy is maybe the better word. In certain parts.
No.
Creepy and cringy, whichever one. It's weird.
You need an everlasting gobstopper.
No, I don't.
Or some fizzy cola.
No. You know, all I can think about in that movie is like when they walked in and it's like the room where everything is candy or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh my God, it's the red dye. That's when I knew, like, I am officially a mom.
That's the best, dude, when he pulls the little piano down.
I don't know how I feel about you loving that movie that much.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the chocolate room. And he opens the door, and the music starts playing. Come with me.
Oh, my gosh. I'm done. Sorry. Bye, guys. I can't. I'm done.
Anyway, so long story short, we took 3 weeks off. We've been a little burnt out. We're here. We're back. The Totally Worth It the Totally Yawning podcast is back.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's what we should change it to.
The
Totally Yawning every episode podcast. Yeah. But we're back. And
are you going to tell them about you're probably going to change the intro?
Yeah, I'm going to maybe look for some new music because Haley hates our intro song.
I didn't until like the second episode, and I was like,
so I'm gonna probably look for some new music. So you may hear some new music on this. And that's that.
Yeah.
So as always, if you have any topic ideas, if you want to reach out to us, you can do that on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. And I will be doing a better job monitoring those.
I'm going to try to help you.
She's going to try to help me. I would love that. And if you don't want to reach out to us on there, you can also email us at totallyworthitpod@gmail.com.
When's the last time you checked that email?
A couple days ago. Mainly I check it to like delete the spam.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of spam stuff that gets sent to. They're like, hello, my name is yada yada. I am a creator. I want to promote your podcast. Da, 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 da,
I get those in my business email all the time.
Yeah. You have you good videos you have. They're like some
broken English.
Yeah, super broken English.
No
punctuation at all. It's just one big sentence. Videos yours good. I promote for you.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, ran that one a little long.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is episode 26, and we will see all of you guys back next week in episode number 27 of the Totally Worth It podcast. We love you guys. We're out.
Bye.
Bye.